I am speaking to you now because you have reached the hour you asked for and could not name. Today, on October 2nd, 2025, your name was called again, and it trembled the air like a bell that refuses to go silent. Michael has been trying to reach you for 48 hours, and I watched you notice the signs and push them away because you thought they were ordinary. They were not ordinary. They were the footsteps of a message walking to your door. It took 2 days for this message to arrive because the path was heavy with your questions and the fog of other people's opinions, yet the message did not give up. It stood outside your door in the rain of your doubt and kept knocking. Do not discard this. You are standing at the doorway of a choice that will either slow your life down for another season or move you forward in a sudden rush of clarity and protection. I do not speak to frighten you, I speak to wake you. This is your waking. You felt the pull in your chest at an unusual hour, and you argued with it because you wanted proof before obedience. You told yourself, if this is real, it can wait. But the water that waits too long turns still, and still water does not carry boats. Michael carried this message across 2 nights of interference. Voices around you, screens that glow until your eyes burn, familiar faces that do not want you to outgrow the version of yourself that serves their comfort. He has stood by your doorway whispering your name when you thought you were simply hearing the hum of the world. You are not late, you are right on time because you are reading now. Your spirit is hearing what your mind tried to delay. You have asked me for signs, and I have written them into the fabric of these hours, the repeated numbers, the recurring name, the small interruptions that saved you from larger harm, the sudden memory of a promise you made and forgot. These were not random. They were me keeping you from what would have swallowed you and guiding you toward what will carry you. You think you are losing something by opening fully to this instruction, but you are mistaking a shedding for a loss. I am removing agreements you made while you were tired. I am closing doors that became vents for your strength to leak out. Do not mourn what is being taken from you, mourn the time you spent bending to it. And then rise, because I am here now, and I am not speaking in riddles. You are making a bad decision when you discard the message at this time. You are turning away from clean water because you are used to thirst. That thirst taught you how to survive. Now I am teaching you how to live. Listen carefully, you are about to be confronted with a familiar invitation wearing new clothes. It will say, this time is different. It will promise speed. It will flatter your loneliness or your urgency. Do not sign what is put in front of you while your heart is shaking. Sit with me for a moment, and I will steady your hand until it can only write truth. I have seen the quiet transactions carried out with your name in the margins. I have watched doors where your future was discussed by people who did not invite you in because they feared what your voice would do to their plans. You have felt the aftertaste of those meetings even though you did not hear them. You felt it as sudden tiredness, as an urge to retreat, as a fog that settled over your confidence without a clear reason. Here is your clarity. they planned around your gifts instead of with them, and they underestimated the part of you that belongs to me. They said, if we delay them, they will settle. But you were not made to settle, you were made to be set. Set apart. Set free. Set in motion. Set like a seal upon what is meant for you so that no one can trade it, sell it, or dilute it. I am not angry with them, I am finished with them. And I am not angry with you, I am waking you. For 48 hours, Michael has circled you, whispering the same instruction with patience that does not run out. Pause, listen, choose the honest road. He has stood at your thresholds, the places where you typically say yes too quickly and no too softly, and he has raised his hand over the hinges. Your hesitation has been a prayer you did not know how to pray. I heard even that. You asked for a sign that would feel like safety and not like pressure. I have wrapped these words in that safety now. Feel how they do not shout over you, they lift under you. Feel how they do not accuse, they uncover. Feel how they do not rush, they rescue time by returning it to its purpose. Do not call yourself weak for taking so long to open. You were learning the weight of what you carry. Those 2 days of delay were not wasted, they revealed what tries to own your attention when I call your name. You saw the habits that jump to the front of the line when you are unsure. You saw the noise that claims to be a friend. You saw the fear that dresses like caution but is actually a small cage with soft padding. Now, choose differently. You are not asking for permission, you are accepting a commission. This is your commission: tell the truth in the places where you were trained to be agreeable, and be agreeable where truth is already in the room. Your balance will return. Your energy will gather. You will feel the difference between a heavy opportunity and a holy one. A heavy opportunity drags you by the ankle, a holy one carries you at the shoulder. You will hear from someone who wants to reopen a door I closed. They will bring urgency that is not yours and a deadline that is not mine. They will say they finally understand, that they are ready to value you, that this time there will be transparency. Do not hate them. Do not argue. Do not perform your pain for them. Simply answer with the truth you have now: I am choosing what makes me whole. If they insist, fold the conversation back into brevity. Long explanations are taxes that the dishonest charge the honest. You owe no taxes to what I have released you from. Reclaim your hours, and you will see how much of your life returns like birds that still knew your house even when you felt lost. I am also sending help that looks like discipline. You asked for a breakthrough, and I am giving you a structure that will not waste what breaks open. Before you start your tasks, sit in silence for 3 breaths longer than you want to. Then write the smallest faithful action for that day and do it before you answer anything that does not feed your purpose. This is not punishment, it is a key. You have been carrying too many keys on your ring and trying them all at once. I am reducing the ring to the ones that open what is actually yours. If you feel grief when you drop the extra keys, let it pass through you. It is not grief for loss, it is grief for misdirection. Once it runs through, your hands will feel lighter, and your steps will sound different on the floor of your day. Forgiveness will be necessary, not as permission for repetition but as release from the knot tied around your chest. You have carried names in your bloodstream, let me filter them out. Say their names, but do not make altars out of their actions. You are not bound to the story they told about you when they were afraid to look at their own reflection. I am writing you into a chapter where your reflection is clear, and the room around you is honest. In that room, you will speak with a tone you forgot you had, the tone that comes from resting in my voice first. In that room, you will be met by people who do not fear your light. They will not treat your peace as an accusation. They will not require you to shrink so they can be comfortable. I am arranging these appointments now, and you will know them by the ease with which your spirit breathes in their presence. Ease does not mean there is no work, it means that the work agrees with your design. Take stock of your promises. There is one you made to yourself in a quieter season that you have postponed so often it learned to cry without sound. I am placing my hand on that promise now. Bring it forward again. Do not wait for the perfect hour. There is no perfect hour, there is only the hour that becomes perfect because you begin. Take the first step with whatever you have, and watch how provision meets motion the way dawn meets horizon. I have already aligned help for you when your effort meets honesty. You do not need to chase what I send, you need to anchor what arrives. Anchor it with simple consistency. Guard it with boundaries that feel like kindness, not walls that feel like fear. Invite counsel, not control. You can tell the difference because counsel points, and control pushes. You are going to feel a sudden need to clear your space. Listen to that need. Order makes room for messages to land. Remove what echoes with the voices that did not honor you. That shirt that holds a memory of dismissal, those objects that carry the scent of an old compromise, those papers that keep you looping through decisions already decided, let them leave. When you make space, you will not feel empty, you will feel accurate. Accuracy is spiritual. When your surroundings match your intention, fatigue falls off like a coat in spring. Keep what supports the version of you that keeps your promises. Release what keeps the version of you that keeps apologizing for existing. You are worried that if you let go, you will stand alone. You will not. I am not sending you back to isolation, I am calling you out of imitation. Those who are meant to walk with you will recognize you without you needing to perform a single trick to be seen. You will speak plainly and be understood. You will ask clearly and be answered. You will give without being emptied. The ones who only understood the version of you that negotiated your worth will drift to the edges. Do not chase them to the edges, bless them as they go. They will find what they need where they are willing to be truthful. Your compassion is not in question, your capacity is being renewed. There is a doorway you have feared because it looks like the last doorway you tried. But this one does not creak with hidden costs. This one does not require you to pay with your sleep. Approach it with a quiet spirit. Do not announce every step, simply take them. When you are asked why you are calmer, say, "Because I stopped answering what does not call me by my real name." When you are asked where this confidence came from, say, "I listened, finally." This is not arrogance, this is alignment. Arrogance boasts to drown out fear, alignment is silent because fear has nothing to drink from. I know you have prayed for a sign that would be undeniable. Let the peace that moves into your chest as you read be that sign. Let the breathing that slows be that sign. Let the tears that do not shame you be that sign. You are not breaking, you are breaking out. You will notice small recompenses appearing, not as spectacle but as steady repair, the timely call, the open schedule slot, the unexpected understanding from someone you thought could not see you, the task that once took hours now taking minutes because you are no longer working against your own resistance. This is how restoration often looks, like your life learning to stop arguing with itself. You will hear the old shame try to narrate your next steps. You waited too long, you are too late, others have already done it better. Silence that narrator by returning to what I am saying now. You arrived exactly when your heart became honest. Honesty is the door. Honesty is the timing. Honesty is the map. Everything that began in pretense must be restarted in truth if it is going to live. Restart it. Do not confuse restarting with failure, it is wisdom. You are not repeating first grade, you are mastering the alphabet of yourself so that the novel of your life can finally be written in your own handwriting. You have wondered whether the opposition you feel is a sign to stop. Often, opposition is a crooked signpost pointing in the right direction. Do not worship resistance, but do not run because it exists. Measure it. Does it demand that you betray yourself to be relieved? Then it is not from me. Does it ask you to grow in patience, in clarity, in boundaries? Then it may be the tension that shapes you. In this, Michael will keep ministering to your edges, those places where panic used to enter. He will keep watch while you sleep and stand by you when you speak hard truths with a soft voice. When you sense his nearness, acknowledge it. Speak aloud, even if only in a whisper, "I receive the message." You will feel the ground steady under your feet when you do. Now, make the turn. Close the tab of the voice that keeps reminding you of what you should fear. Open the window where fresh air speaks of possibility. Write the 3 commitments you are ready to honor, not because the world demands them, but because your spirit is telling the truth. Give each commitment a small act today. Not tomorrow. Today. October 2, 2025 is the day your decision becomes visible. These acts will look simple to others, and that is why they will miss the miracle. Do not perform them for applause. Do them because obedience unties knots that force cannot. Keep your steps small and your heart wide. Keep your words few and your presence whole. Do not discard this. The message took 2 days to arrive because I wanted you to feel the difference between noise and calling. You have felt it now. You are choosing life over habit, truth over performance, clarity over chaos, and peace over pleasing. This choice will rearrange rooms you thought were permanent. It will also open windows you did not know existed. When the breeze touches your face from a direction your house never had, smile. That is me, reminding you that there is always more light than you accounted for. When night returns, do not fear it. Night is only the canvas where stars sign their names. And I have signed mine over you. If you wonder what to say to me next, say thank you. Gratitude is the language that unlocks the next instruction. Then rest. You are allowed to rest while I work. You are allowed to breathe while I build. You are allowed to be held while I heal. The time you feared you lost is not lost, it is being brought back to you, redeemed, pressed down and running over with meaning. Walk forward now, slowly, honestly, fully. This is your hour. This is the message you asked for and nearly turned away. Do not skip it. Receive it. Carry it. Live it. And when you hear Michael call again, answer quickly, because his voice is the echo of my care, and my care for you does not end. I am speaking to you now because your heart has been calling for a voice that does not abandon you when the room goes silent, and I have heard. Today, October 2, 2025, I take away the distance between your need and my answer. For 48 hours my messenger has circled your life like a lantern in fog, knocking at the windows of your thoughts, tapping at the doors of your decisions, refusing to leave you where fear wants you to stay. You felt the pull. You sensed the unusual restlessness. You told yourself it was only tiredness, only coincidence, only noise of a busy day. Yet I was the one placing a gentle pressure on your spirit, inviting you to look again and to open. Do not discard this message. It took 2 days to arrive, 2 days in which grace wove through delays, interference, and doubts to finally sit before you now. See immediately. Do not skip this. What I am about to say is for you. You stand at a turning that looks ordinary on the outside and thunderous on the inside. A choice that appears simple to others has weight in eternity for you. You have been preparing for this without realizing it. Every tear, every late-night whisper to the ceiling, every moment you decided not to give up when no one would have blamed you if you had. I saw it all. I preserved it like seed, and I kept count of what the world said was uncountable. The hour has come to interpret what was hidden. I am moving you from guessing to knowing, from hoping to holding, from almost to absolutely. Do not let the fatigue of long waiting tell you that I am late. I am not late. I am exact. There is a voice around you that sounds practical but is only fear in a clever coat. It says, be safe by staying small. Be wise by doing nothing. Protect your heart by shutting it down. That voice is not me. I do not teach you to shrink in order to be secure. I do not advise you to betray your own purpose in order to avoid being misunderstood. I do not ask you to erase your calling because someone else finds it inconvenient. I am the one who made you able to carry more than you think and to love more than you remember. When you hear the counsel that leads to shrinking, set it aside. When you hear the counsel that leads to freedom through obedience, listen. Michael has been trying to reach you for 48 hours because I sent him to sift the atmosphere around your life. There was a conversation not meant for your ears in which your name was whispered by people who do not yet understand who you are in my design. They planned in the language of power, but I sit above every place where power gathers. I turned their words into a trumpet for your alertness, not a cage for your fear. You were not supposed to know, but I wanted you to know, enough to steady your steps and refine your yes. Do not retaliate in anger. Do not retreat in despair. Rise with a clear mind and a guarded heart. You will not be removed from the place I placed you, you will be removed from the illusions that tried to sit on that place and speak for it. You have asked me about money, timing, and doors that seem to open halfway and then pause as if breathing. Hear me, provision is on a schedule that is kinder than your deadlines and wiser than your best plans. I am arranging what looks like coincidence with a precision that will make you smile later for how carefully I have loved you. There will be funds that seem to find you rather than you finding them. There will be debts that lose your name as if it were a garment you no longer wear. There will be opportunities that arrive looking too heavy until you notice they come with shoulders, people who will help carry what I'm giving you. Do not reject help because pride wants to be the only hero in your story. Grace is a community, not a solitary medal. You fear the repeat of a disappointment that once wrote its date across your memory like a scar. You wonder if joy is a trick that refuses to stay. I tell you now, joy is not a trick, it is a covenant. It will not nest only on days when you earn it. It will sit with you even when you have nothing to show but your breathing and your willingness to keep going. Let me disarm your memory. The moment that hurt you will not be the engineer of your next season. I am. You may feel the tremor of an echo, but that is not the ground breaking beneath you. It is the past realizing it can no longer bind you where you stand. In your relationships, you have been tempted to explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Save your breath. You owe clarity, not convincing. Speak truth plainly, set boundaries kindly, and allow time to do the rest. Those who are for you will feel a quiet recognition and will move toward you without you dragging them. Those who are not for you will reveal themselves by departing, or by demanding that you become smaller to remain loved. Let them go in peace. You are not disloyal for refusing to be less than who I made you. You are faithful for protecting what I entrusted to you. The enemy tried to tangle your sleep because daylight is becoming too honest for lies to hide in. Night anxiety is not a prophecy, it is a parasite. Tonight, when you lay down, step into rest as an act of rebellion against fear. Give me the room by naming your worries one by one and returning them to me. I am not offended by your list. I invited it. As you breathe, repeat this: I release what is not mine to carry, I receive what is mine to walk in. Do this not as a spell but as a posture. You will wake lighter. What stalked you in imagination will lose its teeth in truth. There is a key already in your pocket that you forgot you were holding. It is the discipline you practiced when no one was watching, a way you show up, a consistency that seems ordinary to you because it is now your normal. Bring that key to the door you fear will not open. The door is not locked against you, it is heavy because it is valuable. Lean into the weight with what you already know how to do. The first inches are the hardest. After that, momentum will make a friend of the hinge, and you will marvel that what resisted you was only guarding you from arriving too early. I want you to forgive a person whose name you do not like to say. Not because they deserve a garden where they sowed thorns, but because your hands deserve to be free for harvest. Forgiveness is not amnesia, it is refusal to be a curator of old prisons. You may still say no to access, no to repeated harm, no to unrepentant patterns. But say yes to your own freedom. Write a sentence that releases what you have been rehearing like a sad song. If tears come, let them be the water that softens the soil for new seed. About the decision you are about to make, choose truth over speed, alignment over applause, peace over spectacle. If a path requires you to betray your own conscience to achieve it, that path is only an accelerated failure wearing a medal. If a path looks slower but keeps your integrity intact, that path is how kings are mentored and how queens are formed. Today, October 2, 2025, mark this in your spirit: I will not grow you through shortcuts that shrink you on the inside. I will grow you through agreements that expand you without splitting you. You asked me if you would be alone when the next chapter begins. No. I am sending you helpers carrying languages your heart understands, the practical friend who turns your big vision into small steps, the quiet intercessor whose prayers build invisible bridges, the wise voice who has no need to be right but always wants you to be whole. You will know them by the peace you feel after speaking with them, not by the noise they make about their own importance. Honor them. Do not confuse familiarity with insignificance. Treasure the ones who bring order without demanding a stage. I also answer your question about timing. The next 3 weeks contain assignments disguised as errands. Do not rush them. In mundane places, you will find divine intersections, a phone call you almost ignore but answer anyway, an email you consider later but right now, a document you were about to sign until you felt the soft break of wisdom. Listen. Written inside ordinary minutes are instructions that keep you from expensive detours. I will make the small feel significant when it is part of my choreography. Be present. I am in the details not because I am controlling but because I am caring.